Hi Capricorn, thanks for tuning in. This is going to be a reading for September. Grab some headphones and a cup of tea. Settle in with me for your reading. Please set aside any other tasks that you might have going on so you're not distracted. I want to make sure that you get the most out of your time here with me. So please tune in while I'm shuffling. Check in with your higher self and guides. Ask them to tune in to my higher self and guides as well so that we can create a feedback loop. The messages that come through will be tailored for you if you take a moment to set up that dialogue there. So let's have a look at what's going on at this time. This reading is for September, but if you're coming across this reading at another time, watch through, and if the messages resonate, then it's also for you. One more. Okay, Capricorn, let's have a look. Okay, Capricorn, let's have a look. You have the wheel. First thing that jumped out at me is that you have both the Wheel of Fortune and the World in your reading. You also have the High Priestess and the Hierophant in your reading. There's also the Star here from the Major Arcana. So there's a lot of activity from the Major Arcanas, and all the cards I feel from the Major Arcana are bringing an energy of upgrade. There's an upgrade energy with this spread, is what I feel. There's 2 10s in the reading, as well as the Wheel of Fortune. So there's 3 10s there, along with the World card. So it does kind of signify to me that there is some culmination going on. I feel like for a lot of you, this is a work reading. There is at the heart of the reading the 8 of Pentacles upright crossed by the World. So for some of you, what this is that you could be transitioning in your work life to. There's a couple messages here. One is that for some of you, your work life is going to exponentially become spotlighted. I feel for some of you, and also with the Star card in your reading here, that for some of you, your work could all of a sudden become, like, you could go viral, for example, or you could, like, all of a sudden have a lot of eyes on you. And you may have been just diligently and quietly working away in your little private studio or doing your own thing. And somehow something could be happening around this time where you may be all of a sudden launched into a very public arena where a lot of eyes are on you and a lot of people are seeing your work. So I feel to say be ready for that, because there's some elements in the reading here that, excuse me, are suggesting that there may be some challenging aspects to that for you. Either you might not feel necessarily ready for that, or you may have not expected it, and it could be coming as kind of a surprise for you. So with either aspects of that, if this is relevant for you in this reading, then I would say just know that if it wasn't happening, it's happening because you're ready for it. So trust that the flow is working, and that it's actually a result of your manifestation, and that you are worthy and deserving of the eyes that are upon you, and you are actually ready and able to reach a lot of people. That's what I feel right now. That's what I'm hearing. It's like something about reaching a lot of people. Like your medicine. It's a medicinal energy that's coming through. I feel like for a lot of people that are watching this, specifically relating to what I'm describing here with work and being exposed, like there's an exposure here with this reading. I feel that for some of you, there's an element of healing in that. Like whether you're an artist or a speaker or a writer or a teacher, I feel like you're in that arena. And the work that you're sharing is something very healing for people. These 4 cards here are giving that. I feel for some of you that if you're in the speaking and writing areas, teaching areas, with this Page of Wands and Star, here, these 2 cards are saying that your work could suddenly, or it might actually not be sudden. You might have been working on your thing for a long time, but it might seem like all of a sudden to a lot of people they finally know who you are. It's interesting reading. I feel like for a lot of you may be thrust all of a sudden into the limelight after years of just dedicated practice in your personal studio, you know, and all of a sudden you're in the spotlight. And your work is becoming very renowned and very public I just heard published. Some of you may be getting published. Some of you may have been working on a book or creating content or whatever, and all of a sudden there's like a flurry of activity where a lot of people are seeing it. And so also with these two major arcanas, the High Priestess and the Hierophant, both upright in your reading, very beautiful energies to come into this spread. I feel that there isn't, as I said, an element of both metaphysics and healing in your work, and there is also teaching. You may be, I feel like the Hierophant here is bringing this description of an archetype of someone who speaks, who's very articulate, who may write or contribute somehow to global awareness awakening through their words, through language, through speaking, through writing, through sharing. And other types of people that are watching this reading are a different archetype, that of a healer or mystic kind of person that's bringing creativity into the world, and that will have a reach that is affecting more people, and brings a healing quality to it. It's very beautiful, very profound energy in this reading. I like it a lot. So definitely, like, you know, like you may be watching this reading now and actually still sitting in a place of frustration and a little bit of what's the right word? Impatience, or not feeling really understood or appreciated for how much time and effort and work you've put in. But I feel that that energy is actually, that's something that you really need to work on letting go of, and just move into a space where you are really clear in your intention and in your agenda, and in the way that you process your creativity and your ideas, as a way of melding it with a greater wisdom and intelligence that is moving through you. So in other words, to combine your personal will with a divine will, and set aside your kind of the like mundane irritability and frustration about, you know, not being seen or heard, not feeling financially rewarded. You know, that is what needs, that's actually in the past. And I feel like that's what these two tens are here in your reading. This is saying, like, you need to let go of that martyrdom complex, if that's something that you have. You also need to let go of any kind of strife or struggle about how you work or why you work, and just and come from a more open-hearted, clear space of just channeling pure divine energy through your specifically unique matrix to bring into the world content, quality, information, art, whatever it is, teaching, writing, that is unique to your specific energy body, but that which is universally healing and giving. Just embodying a space of generosity through the work that you do will help you to eliminate some of the frustration and tension and irritability that you may be feeling around the constraints of the mundane world, and how to bring that cosmic, beautiful, conscious, healing energy into the world and have it go to the places it needs to get to, in order for it to have the reach that you want it to have, that it needs, and for you to also receive the energetic remuneration that you need in order to keep living and sustaining it in a way that's not meager and palsy. You know what I mean? So work on letting go of whatever this is, this frustration, this irritability, this strife, the tension, and embodying a greater space of just unconditional love and connection to a divine will that you are channeling through your personal will to embody and integrate and create whatever it is that you feel is your purest expression, and the rest will just come into being, into place. So the only cards I haven't really touched on here are the 6 and 5 of Swords in the outcome position, both in reverse. These 3 Swords cards here are pretty interesting. I feel like I covered that 10 of Swords. This 6 of Swords and 5 of Swords in reverse. I feel this is your own confusion. I feel like I covered this actually in what I just said there, so I won't repeat it again, other than to say, just strive to be more pure and clear in your intention, and stop trifling over the details. Stop worrying. Release your anxiety around how this is all going to work, and just continue to channel through the information that wants to come through you in the purest way possible. Just keep going. You're really close. As I said, for some of you, you may have been feeling frustrated for a while, but I feel like, if not already, like there is energy coming in here where your information, your work that you've been pursuing for some time will start to get in front of the people that it is intended for soon enough. So stop worrying. Four of Wands reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, Three of Pentacles, and Empress reversed. There's also Six of Pentacles reversed, upright, and Five of Pentacles reversed here. All these pentacles. It's interesting because when I was reading there and I was talking about your remuneration stuff, I was thinking there's no Pentacles cards in this reading except for the Eight of Pentacles there at the heart. Right? This is the only Pentacles card in the spread here. And then here's these Three Pentacles coming out, as well as the Empress, which is also a very earthly card. So what I feel like this is a little summary of what I just said. You know, like, don't worry about how it's going to work, about the remuneration, about how you're going to get paid, how you're going to make it, how's it all going to work out. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Keep working, keep creating, keep channeling the divine. Continue to work on embodying a place of purity with your intention. And don't worry about the details. Of course, you have to be practical. Of course, you have to be practical. You know? But it's the element of the mind that needs to be adjusted here. Like, it's not about like just locking yourself in the studio forever and like never taking care of anything and just thinking everything's going to be all right. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm talking about here is the quelling or the diffusing of the anxiety of the mind. Right? You still have to take care of the details. You still have to be practical. You still have to participate in the worldly life. You still have to do things other than just create art. Right? But it's about eliminating and resolving and diffusing the anxiety and the tension and the worry that the mind wants to constantly interrupt you with. And just be clear and be certain that what you put out will bring you back what you need and what you hope for. Just keep working on releasing that burdensome energy of feeling like you're martyring your martyrdom. Yeah, that's part of what this is too, like letting go of any kind of expression or internal dialogue about what you're doing in a way that is like so selfless, or you know what I mean? Of course it's selfish. Art is selfish. That's the point. Oh, I feel like that's it for the general reading. I'm just going to check over here and make sure I got everything. That King of Wands there in the crowning card position is interesting. I didn't really talk about him very much. But this archetype, I feel, is giving this energy of determination. Like, look, the expression on his face is like, he's chill. It's kind of, this is kind of what I was expressing and representing when I described all that stuff about, you know, anxiety and worry and, you know, the mind interrupting with the irrelevant concerns about the details. This person is embodied, and they have understood how and when and why and correctly how to channel their fire, their pure chi of personal will, and how to meld it and unify it with cosmic will to produce results and to sustain themselves, sustain their energy, and sustain their work, sustain their passion, sustain their determination. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to embody. So access more of your fire, but not the kind of fire that burns things up. This is more of a kind of a chi, like just managing your chi and sustaining your chi, and using that energy of clarity and centeredness and groundedness and composure, dignity, grace, to manage those anxieties and fears and trifling interruptions that the mind constantly wants to disturb you with. Let's take a look at the higher octave reading now with the Voyager deck. Check in again with me while I shuffle. Send your energy over into the deck so I can get really clear messages for you. The higher octave is designed to give a little more insight into what's happening on a karmic and spiritual level will hopefully help provide insight and guidance on how best to work with the energies that are available to us so that we can make the most out of the lessons that we're being presented with at this time. One more. Three of Cups. Ten of Pentacles reversed, crossed by Nine of Pentacles. Child of Cups in reverse. Eight of Crystals. Six of Crystals. Universe reverse. That's the World. That's the same card that you had there in the crossing card position of your reading. Six of Wands reversed. Man of Wands. Ten of Crystals. Child of Wands. Strength. Sage of Cups. Time Space, which is Judgment in this deck. And Ten of Cups reversed. So again, more tens in the reading. You have the Ten of Crystals, which is the Ten of Swords from the previous spread. You had that, where was it? In the outcome position. So here's some repetition. And here's Ten of Cups. So let's talk about it. There's a similar energy in this spread. And I feel that what this is giving here, what additional insight that this spread is giving beyond the first general spread, which I feel was very thorough actually, is it's touching more on the points that I gave about dealing with like anxiety and the mental sphere that is wanting to interrupt the flow of creative nectar with trifling matters of how, and the anxiety and the tension and the stress and all that kind of like worrying energy that actually can just cloud the vision and interrupt the creative flow that's happening. So again, it's more of the same, but reminding you to kind of, again, we have that King of Wands here that we had in the crowning card position of the reading. Now it's here with the Judgment card. So I feel like there is a reminder again to really channel that energy of that archetype of the King of Wands, where it's about, you know, feeling really confident. Actually, there is other cards here about confidence, and I'll get to those in a second, but there's Six of Wands here. There's something about the King of Wands that is something that would be really beneficial for you to tap into, and it's that energy of confidence, of knowing, of it's not a brash, arrogant kind of confidence. It's just a quiet, humble, stable, assured kind of feeling of just knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. The work that you do is meaningful, and it's important, and it's valuable, and whatever you feel like is at the end of whatever the goal is, it's actually already yours, and you just need to like consistently be you and do your thing, and don't worry. Strength as well in the outcome position. You know, in the previous reading you had the Wheel of Fortune and the World, and here in this spread you've got the Judgment and the World. So it's kind of similar again, that energy of consistency is what I'm hearing. You just need to maintain your consistency. Stay focused. Continue to work on eliminating and diffusing the delusions and the delusions of grandeur, I heard, but the delusions and the anxiety, the worry, the fear about how it's all going to play out, how it's going to work out. Eliminate your confusion. Be really grounded and clear in your purpose, in your agenda, in your intention. Continue to work on channeling your energy of pure creativity and unconditional love through your specific, unique frequency, merged entirely with the divine will. Activate your higher self and make sure that's where you're operating from at all times. And keep working. Stay stable. There's two pages here at the crowning card position, both in reverse. So you have the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. I feel that with that, again, it's a reminder to just be, you know, grounded and stable in your confidence, in your knowing, but fusing that with a kind of that sort of gentle humility that I was describing earlier. Like eliminate the kind of brash, overly confident arrogance, but embody more of a state of calm, gentle, humble confidence, and that will be your ticket here to success. What else is here? Yeah, so there's 3 tens in this reading actually. 10 of crystals, 10 of pentacles, and 10 of cups across this diagonal axis. Now 10 of pentacles is in reverse here at the heart of the reading, crossed by the 9 of pentacles. You had the 9 of pentacles in the previous reading. I feel that, again, this is speaking to confidence and self-worth. This is also about trusting yourself, trusting your decision-making, just trusting your creative ability, trusting your channel. I feel like most of what the work here is it's not about like trying to be better or whatever. It's more about working on eliminating the things that are causing you to create resistance and obstruction in that flow of energy that you're pulsing through you. And that has mostly more to do with your insecurities and your doubts and your fears. So put a spotlight on those things. Don't pretend that they don't exist. Face them, look at them, adjust them, recalibrate them. Cultivate more self-love and awareness, and really be honest and aware about when you might be actually deliberately, unconsciously putting obstructions and obstacles in front of you towards your success because you don't believe in yourself, right? 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. You might be obstructing your own success because you are too insecure and you haven't acknowledged that yet. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. 3 of Cups, 5 of Wands, 2 of Cups, 9 of Crystals, all upright. And there's Ace of Worlds there, also upright. I'm going to take that. So, I feel like I just covered this. Basically, using unconditional love and awareness to become cognizant of things that you may have been unconsciously facilitating as a way of creating resistance and obstruction and obstacles in the way of you having the success that is actually yours, and just needing you to become aware of that which you are insecure, places where you're insecure, shining a light on those things, becoming aware of those things, putting all of your focus and attention on those things to help dissolve and diffuse them. And then Ace of Pentacles, just using your awareness with all of the potential that you know is there to seed the way. I'm hearing futility. I feel for some of you, you may be in a space right now where you're actually just kind of feeling really hopeless. I feel that energy a little bit right now. And I really hope this reading is lifting you up to let you know that you have something really profoundly beautiful and special and unique that the world needs. Trust that. Overcome your hopelessness if you're feeling really down. It's time to uplift, upgrade, and really shift and move out of that space of uncertainty and confusion and insecurity and doubt and jealousy even. If you feel like you're a creative person and you feel like you deserve success, and you may be watching people either that you know or don't know, either online or in your community, that are having success that you feel you deserve, check if you're being jealous, because that could be an element at play here. Celebrate other people's success, because it's your success too. Support each other. Okay, Capricorn, I feel that's it for your reading. I'm just going to check over here, make sure I've got everything. I feel like I've been pretty thorough and succinct with that reading. Please let me know in the comments if you can relate to anything that we spoke about here. But again, there's that World card coming out in your reading. I feel like there is like a platform that you may be like, either you might be just getting the idea to actually do something in this regard that I'm speaking of here, or you may have been already working steadily, creatively, in your own field, in your areas of interest for some time. Just know that, like, steady, keep it steady, keep it consistent, keep working, keep doing your thing. You are perfectly in alignment, and you just need to continue to do what you're doing with focus and clarity, and work on those points I spoke on there with regard to, you know, mental anguish and anxiety. And if you're feeling futility or any of those things, like, strive to see and understand that you are in alignment with your purpose, and you may just need to adjust and address places where you may be, you know, creating some resistance and blockage through your own insecurities, or from your own, you know, maybe pessimism or jealousy or doubt or any of those things. So just take a look at all of that stuff and just become more aware. Self-love is the key here. Self-love, confidence and trust. Okay, love you Capricorn. Thank you so much for watching. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. I hope you found some things in there that you can work with. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. It all helps me a lot to get shown in front of more people. So thank you for supporting my channel, and I will see you in the next reading.